Peacemaker Season 2 is out in full on HBO. 8 new episodes. This is the superhero comedy show set in the DC universe, developed by James Gunn, starring John Cena. The first season came out of nowhere as a follow-up to the Suicide Squad and ended up being fantastic. So I was very excited for this follow-up. And I have to say, having just watched the finale, my feelings are mixed. On the one hand, most of the second season is very solid, on par with the first one, mixing up ridiculous, over-the-top humor with some heavy emotional stuff. I think the Earth X stuff and plot, basically an alternate dimension that the characters end up exploring, is really fascinating in how it sets up this utopia for Chris, only to pull the rug in the best way possible. I love how they even subverted the audience's expectation with regards to the white dragon in that world. I think the characters are still funny, their interactions enjoyable, performances, particularly from John Cena, really good. I also like how seamlessly this is connected to Superman and the wider DC universe in a way which I used to really love about Marvel and which has been sorely missing from their stuff recently. I even liked, I'm not gonna say all, but most of the Harcourt stuff. I mean, it is obvious that the character gets way more screen time and development because James Gunn is promoting his wife Jennifer Holland, who plays the character. But it's done well enough to make me okay with it. However, the final episode is one of the strangest and probably weakest episodes of TV I've ever seen. It's much longer than the other ones, and somehow it simultaneously feels like a lot is happening. The dimension exploration, getting Chris out of prison, convincing him to join with the others, the happy ending and the strange cliffhanger twist at the end. Throughout that, there's like multiple different montages to speed up the passage of time. But also, at the same time, it feels like none of the really important arcs are tied up in satisfying ways. Harcourt doesn't seem to learn anything at all at the end of it. Chris is convinced to resolve his trauma with a single conversation. The whole Earth X stuff is never seen again. Some of the antagonists seem to join up with the good guys at the end without a word of explanation. And a lot of time is instead devoted to not one, but two separate concert scenes with two different bands playing a full song each. Like, what? I mean, I felt I was going mad watching it. I half expected the episode to suddenly reveal that it's all a dream, it's all in Peacemaker's head, but no, it kept going and then it just sort of ended. It's really, really weird, not in a good way, and to me it significantly soured an otherwise solid season by capping it off with a weak, unfocused, all over the place ending. Now, James Gunn said there are currently no plans for a third season, but clearly these characters must show up in another shared universe property. If they do, maybe the story gets back on the right track somehow. If not, this is going to be remembered as an insanely strange ending to a show.